Viruses. Viruses are infectious agents that rely on their minuscule size and a living host to survive. Due to their size, it is possible for them to live inside of cells and all kinds of organisms without the cells themselves even finding out. Viruses aren't considered living because they don't contain the things required to be considered living, which involve having a cell membrane, cytoplasm, DNA, and ribosomes. They also do not attempt to maintain any form of homeostasis. Viruses are made up of DNA, RNA, and nucleic acids, and all viruses have a protein code which protect these DNA or RNA that the viruses use to infect that cell that is not even aware that they're inside of. Most viruses are very different from one another. The easiest way to understand this is by looking at all of the different kinds of sicknesses that there are in the world actually. And you realize that each sickness is different. So each virus causes a different sickness, which means that each virus is different by that logic. This makes each virus special in some way depending on the illness or sickness that they can cause if they do infect these cells. These viruses also all look different, have different effects on the human body or the cells. One type of virus is called the rhabdoviruses or rhabdovirus, which is commonly known as, rabies. Some symptoms of having or being diagnosed with rabies is having fevers, headaches, a feeling of weakness or faintness, discomfort. And the reason for this is because rabies, the virus of rhabdovirus, generally just affects the central nervous system of your body and causes your whole body to act up. And this is something that's very common. That was very common in the olden times when they didn't have a lot of knowledge regarding viruses. Um, this virus was actually very common to kill people because there's no way to really treat it. Viruses actually have two ways to infect the cells, and this can be considered a bit strange because of the damage that we know viruses can do to the human body. One of these ways is known as the Lytic cycle, and in this way, the virus infects a cell by creating, um, sorry, the cycle is a quicker version of the two because the virus latches onto a cell, and then as the cell releases its DNA and performs mitosis, the virus also performs mitosis with the cell. And since the cell is not able to realize there's a virus on it, it continues to um, duplicate with that cell and eventually like detonates, if you will, and kills a mass amount of viruses. So an easy way to remember is that like Lytic cycle is like the mass bombing or murdering of cells. And yeah, while the other version of a virus killing a cell is known as the lactic cycle, which is just the virus just goes in straight up and detonates. And I like using that term because it really gives you a visual representation of what happens. The virus goes in there like a bomb, blows up the cell, and just kills it. As compared to the lytic cycle where it like kind of stays dormant in the cell for a long period of time and then chooses to detonate when it feels as if the time is right.